Catherine.
Don't worry about it. That's okay.
First, before I say anything, I want to, commend the school bathroom situation has gotten better.
Oh, good.
Thank you. But I have some other things I'd like to address.
Okay.
So I'm 17 years old, a junior in the high school. My mother is a therapist. My father is in sales. I also was recently invited in the National Honor Society, and I'm completing my Eagle Scout project, where I'll be building a prayer area outside of my synagogue. I would like to start off by saying that some of the problems I will be addressing I do not personally have answers to. I, however, do think it is important that I address these things that I see wrong and hope they be fixed, because I feel it's past the point where I'm comfortable not saying anything about them. When I was younger, I was told how great the Ocean Township schools were. Ocean was known to have a really good high school. This wasn't just anecdotal. In fact, only 10 years ago, we were the 55th highest ranked public high school in the state by the Washington Post. 6 years before that, we were ranked 21st by Newsweek. The school went from being one of the top public high schools in the state down to the bottom 50% by some estimates, on the generous end, around 177th. That's according to US News, which is still over 100 places down from 10 years ago. And some websites even estimated as far down as 272 out of 415 public high schools. That is from the website School Digger. We are also falling behind in almost every subject, according to greatschools.org, and even our school website acknowledges we are behind in both maths and sciences. And I guess my first question is, what happened? A couple of weeks ago, I was talking to a student, and throughout our conversation, the student alluded to cutting himself. As a person who was concerned, I had let a teacher know what was disclosed to me, and it was handled very well, actually. I called down so that they could address specific details, so that way I could address specific details. And the person who manages the case in the school, I explained, and then I just asked if they were going to be reporting this to the student's parents. They said they are required to tell the student's parents, and that's a good thing. It is best for parents to know information about their children because nobody cares for them or worries for them more. Most school administrators or officials do not know these kids, their parents do, and I think it's a sacred bond that should not be violated. Recently, the state made a law that requires schools to hide students' sexual information from their parents and to contact the school attorney against the parents if they disagree with it. I see this as nothing but the state trying to separate children from their parents. I think the reason you don't see more parents against this is because many of them don't even know what's going on. I think you need to tell every parent that if they send their kids to the school, the state has mandated our school to lie about the child's sexual information. And if you, the parent, find out about this and object, the school may have to contact its lawyers against you. And even if you find out and request they don't do this, the bill will mandate that we disregard you entirely. I urge the board to make a very public notice that if you send your child to the school, that it is incumbent on the administration to hide sexual information about their children from them, and that if that situation were to arise. At the last board meeting, I recall there being explained there is a serious vetting process with these students beforehand, which seems to run contrary to both what people who would be privy to this knowledge have said, and the fact that the state bill states a school district shall accept a student's asserted gender identity. Parental consent is not required. Further, a student need not meet any threshold, diagnosis, treatment requirements to have his or her gender identity recognized and respected by the district, school, or school personnel. So if this process did exist, would that not be in violation of the law I just read verbatim? I am not sure if there actually is a vetting process, and if that is in case, would that not be, again, in violation of the law? Before I go into the next section, I would like to say a bit about myself and my family. I have an ancestor who fought in the 20th Maine Infantry at Gettysburg, a war to free the slaves. My great-grandfather served in World War II to fight the Nazis. Part of my family was killed in some of the worst genocides in human history. Over the last year, I've had people call me concerned for my safety as I walk to synagogue every Saturday, whether it be because of a terror threat or a white supremacist shooting. I would be remiss if I did not mention Jews are the #1 target of hate crimes in this country, and that is by a large margin. I cannot put more of an emphasis on how much I despise and hate racism. How would it sound if I were to say that the entire student body of our school was asked to stand for a white national anthem? I know I would be disgusted and never stand for something unjust and wrong. We were, in fact, asked to stand for a racially exclusive national anthem in our school, and I believe this is wrong. Or the fact that a select group of students were invited to a racially specific field trip. I have a flyer one of my friends was handed, and if you're interested in seeing it, I have it here. Beyond that, what is this doing? Is this helping racial divisions at all? I talked to a lot of parents, teachers, and students in this school, and the sentiment is that this school is rapidly declining. Where will it be at this rate 5 years from now? Please keep the politics out of our school and focus on giving these students and parents the respect they deserve. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Oh, okay. I thought you dropped something. Thank you for your comments, and I'm sure we will all take them into consideration. Well written. Is there anyone else in the audience who would like to speak? No. Then I will call for the meeting to be adjourned.
Second.